All right, this next one is another horse reaction. Sorry if you guys were disappointed with that, but you feel me? People were recommending me stuff in the comments section and stuff like that on YouTube, so I gotta like shout them out and make sure I get through all of these, bro. I'm almost done though. This is the queen of the Grand Prix, Chrono Genesis. Don't know what a Chrono Genesis is. I don't even know what year this is. I don't even know what Chrono Genesis was born, but hey, man.
At the grand stage of the Grand Prix, a mare that has repeatedly achieved glory. In an era crowded with formidable competitors, there emerged the radiant gray mare, Chrono Genesis. This time, let me explain about Chrono Genesis. Before we begin, let's start with some
Hey, this is 19 minutes. 19 minutes of Chrono?
Japanese snacks.
Wait, Japanese snacks? My boy. Speaking of, shout out to Japan's greatest horses again. And two. Why are we talking about snacks, bro? I am not here for this. Even though them shits look good. Yo, give me some. These are crispy and have a light. What? Yo, free snack? Wait, why did he show us? Why did he show? Wait, why did he show us this? Chips made from. They appear to be good for households. Okay. Salty flavor. Heard without any remorse. Okay, bro. All right, bro.
Chrono Genesis was born in 2016, and her sire is Bago, while her dam is Chronologist.
Okay.
Bago, born in France and a Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe winner, was imported to Japan as a stallion. Since then, he occasionally produced successful racehorses. Chronologist, with Crohun as her sire, was a racehorse with little noteworthy achievements, having won only one race in dirt competition. Chrono Genesis reportedly didn't show remarkable movements in her early days. She was offered for syndication as a racehorse, with a unit price of 350,000 yen and a total of 40 shares, amounting to 14 million yen.
Dang, bro.
Her debut race was in September.
Yo, they be worth a lot of money. They look at this as like lame, but once you see how much they're like worth, it's like, yo, like I want 14 million yen.
18, in a turf 1,800-meter race at Kokura. The trainer seemed to have wanted to enter her in a 1,600-meter race a week earlier, but due to the World All-Stars Jockeys event, they couldn't arrange a jockey, so they reluctantly postponed it by a week.
Okay.
Chrono Genesis, the favorite, positioned herself in 4th place right after the start. She calmly progressed through the race, and upon entering the final straight, she responded to the jockey's instructions with composure, accelerating past the leading horse to take the lead.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro.
While she had a lead of 2,
I gotta get something to drink, bro.
having safely won her debut race, she participated in the Ivy Stakes over 1,800 meters at the Tokyo course a month and a half later. She positioned herself in the 4th to 5th place from the front. The pace of the race became quite slow. Even entering the final straight, the pace of the race was slow, so the leading horses still had energy to spare. Chrono Genesis diligently pursued, gradually closing the gap, and finally succeeded in taking the lead around the last 100 meters. From there, she widened the gap and crossed the finish line with a lead of 2 lengths. Remarkably, her time for the last 600 meters to the finish line in this race was 32.5 seconds.
And that's good, right? Or no?
This was an exceptionally fast time, demonstrating her explosive speed.
Hey, but does she got Almond Eye explosive speed? Almond Eye was different.
Having achieved 2 victories in 2 races, the next target for Chrono Genesis was the title of the 2-year-old champion.
Wait, I got a question, bro. So all the horses, like, right, like in Japan or whatever, are they all in Pretty Derby or no? Like, does Chrono Genesis have a character?
She competed in the Hanshin Juvenile Fillies in December.
or
The
Almanac or
favorite
something
was
like that.
Ganon Fantasy, the winner of the Grade 3 Fantasy Stakes, and Chrono Genesis followed as the second favorite. However, Chrono Genesis failed to make a good start, resulting in a race where she had to chase from behind.
Oh, it says it right there.
As she finally improved her position while rounding the final corner, she entered the last straight neck and neck with Ganon Fantasy. And then, it ended up in a dead heat between the two. However, Chrono Genesis fell short of Ganon Fantasy, and when they crossed the finish line, Chrono Genesis was half the length behind.
Oh,
It was a
dang.
close second. The following year, she aimed for the classic race, the Oka Show, and participated in the Queen Cup in
Oh,
February.
this is another
There were a total of 9
another female horse, bro. Okay, that's fire. The Queen Cup.
participants, and the pace was relatively slow. Chrono Genesis raced in a stalking position in the middle group on the outer course. She entered the final straight with a calm demeanor. Then, around the 400-meter mark, she accelerated and took the lead around the remaining 200 meters. She finished in first place. Her time for the 600 meters to the finish line was a very fast 33.1 seconds. As planned, Chrono Genesis participated in the Oka Show and was supported as the third favorite. The top favorite was Ganon Fantasy, who faced Chrono Genesis in the Hanshin Juvenile Fillies. Gran Allegria held the second spot. In the Asahi High Futurity Stakes, determining the 2-year-old champion, Gran Allegria had previously raced and finished third among colts. When the race started, Chrono Genesis positioned herself in the midfield. Perhaps due to being surrounded by others on the inside track, she struggled to accelerate when it came to the crucial moments of the race. In contrast, Gran Allegria smoothly advanced her position in the corners and quickly took the lead. Chrono Genesis finally accelerated in the middle of the final stretch, attempting to catch up, but the gap with Gran Allegria was quite substantial. She managed to overtake Ganon Fantasy just before the finish line, securing a third-place finish.
Well, that's good.
Gran Allegria set a new record time. Gran Allegria is destined to become the Queen of the Mile in the future. It was a tough competition for Chrono Genesis. Their next goal was the Oaks, but Gran Allegria didn't participate as she competed in the NHK Mile Cup. Chrono Genesis, being recognized for her third-place finish in the Oka Show, was the second favorite in the Oaks. The top favorite was Love's Only You. Love's Only You had won all 3 races leading up to this point, and while she hadn't secured a victory in a graded race yet, she was considered to have considerable talent. When the race started, Chrono Genesis positioned herself slightly ahead of the midfield, while Love's Only You was just behind that.
Wait, that's actually her name?
In the final stretch, Chrono Genesis attempted to take the lead early on the inside track, but couldn't overtake the outside runner, Curran Bukedal, and subsequently lost momentum. Love's Only You, coming from the far outside, made a strong late surge and quickly took the lead. The pre-race expectations were indeed accurate. Chrono Genesis managed to hold on and finish in third place.
At least she's in the top, like,
After
3, though, right? Like, so.
the Oaks, Chrono Genesis took a break. The final race
As
of the
she
Triple
should.
Tiara is the Shuka Show, held in October, and most horses participate in trial races before that.
Yo, I'm kind of mad that in Japan they held a Armored Core concert, bro, and I had the list of which songs they were like which tracks they was gonna play. I'm sorry if this was like random, but I seen it on Twitter. For some reason I keep updates on it even though I'm not participating in it. Like they also said they wasn't gonna stream it too, bro. Like I don't understand. Like damn, bro. One of these days, bro. One of these days I gotta go to an Armored Core concert, bro. I needs it. I needs it. Rest in peace, Grass Wonder. Facts.
Chrono Genesis did not participate in the trial
Facts.
races and went straight to the Shuka Show. Chrono Genesis had gained a substantial 20 kilograms in body weight compared to the Oaks. While such significant weight increases are common in 3-year-old horses, determining whether this is due to growth or insufficient training is always challenging.
Wait, do we just skip to our 3rd year? This is 2019. It's gotta be our second year.
Chronogenesis was rated as the fourth favorite before the race.
Okay.
Once the race started, Chronogenesis secured a good position and chased the leaders. The race pace was high, with the first 1,000 meters covered in 58.3 seconds. After completing the final turn, Chronogenesis was in 5th to 6th position, and when a clear path opened in the final stretch, she accelerated rapidly. She took the lead with about 100 meters remaining, holding off the pursuing Kern Bouquet Doll by 2 lengths and crossing the finish line in first place. It was her first ever Grade 1 title. Her weight gain indeed turned out to be due to growth. Chronogenesis grew significantly stronger over the summer. In pursuit of consecutive Grade 1 victories, she participated in the Queen Elizabeth Cup a month later. Chronogenesis was supported as the second favorite and, as usual, positioned herself around 6th place from the front, chasing the leaders.
You know what's so cool about this is because like she's not always gonna end up in first. Like you know what I mean? At least like she's in the big three, basically. She got a Grade 1 win. You feel me? Now she's in the Queen Elizabeth Cup. Hopefully she goes for the Triple Crown. You know what I mean?
She seemed to
It
navigate.
always seems like she has like a slow, like a mess up start, but she always finds a way how to like catch up to like to the top three.
The final turn in a manner similar
At
to
most
the Suka
4.
show, but unfortunately, she faltered in the final stretch.
Oh.
The result was a 5th place finish.
Oh, speaking of.
Regarding the reason for the defeat, her jockey mentioned, the pace suddenly increased on the downhill, causing Chronogenesis to be confused. Her races for this year have come to an end. Although there were expectations of winning the title of the best 3-year-old filly, Gran Allegria, who won the Oka show, was ultimately selected.
Okay.
In the following year, Chronogenesis's first race was in February at the Kyoto Kinen. It marked a rematch with Kern Bouquet Doll. Kern Bouquet Doll had achieved impressive results the previous year, finishing second in the Oaks, Shuka Show, and Japan Cup. In the Kyoto Kinen, both Chronogenesis and Kern Bouquet Doll shared the spotlight. Chronogenesis chased from the third.
Yo, ain't this within the same year that Almond Eye was supposed to go to the Grand Prix or something like that? Like Almond Eye was supposed to participate in something but couldn't because due to COVID or some shit like that.
4th position. The course conditions were not favorable due to the impact of the rain.
Were they within the same?
With a good response, Chronogenesis went to catch up the horse in front in the final stretch. She took the lead around the 250-meter mark. Although Kern Bouquet Doll gave chase, the gap with Chronogenesis did not narrow at all. Chronogenesis finished with a lead of 2.5 lengths. Her next race was the Grade 1 Osaka Cup. A total of 5 Grade 1 race winners, including Lucky Lilac and Blast One Piece, competed alongside Chronogenesis. When the race started, Chronogenesis positioned herself in 4th place from the front. She turned the final corner with a good response. Chronogenesis aggressively aimed for the lead in the final straight. However, from her inside position, Lucky Lilac accelerated sharply, swiftly seizing the lead.
Dang.
Chronogenesis was defeated by Lucky Lilac and finished in 2nd place.
Hey, 2nd place ain't that bad.
The next race she participated in was the Grand Prix race, the Takarazu Kakinen. In the fan voting for this race, Chronogenesis ranked 6th. It became an illustrious field with a total of 8 Grade 1 race winners, including Chronogenesis. Among them, Chronogenesis was supported as the second favorite. Saturnalia became the favorite in this race. He was the previous year's Satsuki Show winner and had additional achievements, such as finishing second in the Arima Kinen. When Chronogenesis made a good start, she positioned herself just around the middle of the field on the outside. As she navigated the final corner, she swiftly joined the leading group. Then, as they entered the final stretch, she surged to the front in one go. From here, the gap only widened. She was completely in a solo run, establishing a lead of even 6 lengths from the pursuing Kasiki. And there, at the finish line, she secured her second Grade 1 title in a dominating victory.
Hey, that's fire.
Chrono Genesis
The Tenno show.
participated in the October Tenno Show Autumn.
I
In
feel like this
race,
one is like
she
the most
faced off
lit
against
one. I don't know. The Tenno show Autumn.
Almond Eye.
Oh, you see, Almond Eye. Almond Eye was here.
Grade
Knew
1
it,
title in a
bro.
dominating victory. Chrono Genesis participated in the October Tenno Show Autumn. In this race, she faced off against Almond Eye. Almond Eye, 1 year older than Chrono Genesis, was the reigning strongest horse at that time.
That's facts.
And
That's
she
facts.
was also the winner of the previous year's race.
She was on a run.
Naturally, Almond Eye was the top favorite. Chrono Genesis.
Oh, and also, enough with the TM slander too. Who can pull 8 wins in 8 races within 1 year? Like, you know what I mean? She may not be as great as, or he might not be as great as the other horses like Rudolph and all Mr. CB, but he was able to close that year off amazing. So just wanted to say that.
Got in popularity following her. When the race started, Almond Eye positioned
We support
herself
TM.
around 4th place from
Apparel
the
O.
front, while Chrono Genesis took a position slightly behind the middle group. As they entered the final stretch, Chrono Genesis was still around 4th or 5th from the back, but she began to accelerate from this point. Almond Eye was ahead of her, and around the last 300 meters, the gap had narrowed to about 3 or 4 lengths. However, at this point, Almond Eye received instructions from the jockey and started to accelerate. She swiftly overtook the leader, Danon Premium, and took the lead. Chrono Genesis also closed in on her but fell just short. Then, she was passed by Fearment from behind, ultimately finishing in 3rd place. Afterwards, Almond Eye achieved the record-breaking 9th G1 victory in turf races at the Japan Cup and retired following this accomplishment.
Yup.
Chrono Genesis participated in the year-end Arima Kinen. This year, Contrail achieved the Triple Crown and Daring Tack secured the Triple Tiara, both undefeated.
Triple
And they suffered
Tiara.
their first defeat, losing to Almond Eye in the Japan Cup. Despite
Oh,
the
okay.
retirement of the formidable Almond Eye, there was anticipation for a dream match between them. However, they opted to skip participation in the Arima Kinen. Fearment, who overtook Chrono Genesis in the Tenno Show Autumn, also participated, but it was only natural for Chrono Genesis to be the top favorite. The race started, and Chrono Genesis positioned herself slightly behind the middle group. She appeared unchanged, as usual. Fearment was slightly ahead of her. Chrono Genesis accelerated around the 1,000-meter mark, gradually improving her position. As they turned the final corner and entered the final stretch, she was neck and neck with Fearment at the front. The final stretch at the Nakayama course is only about 300 meters, but it turned into an intense showdown between the two of them. At the finish line, it seemed like Chrono Genesis had a slight advantage. Following her victory in the Takarazuka Kinen, Chrono Genesis also triumphed in the Arima Kinen, securing consecutive wins in the Grand Prix races.
Oh, that's fire.
Recognizing
That's
her
a good record.
achievements, she was awarded the JRA Special Award for that year.
And she won an award.
And
Nice.
2021 became a year of international challenges for her. Chrono Genesis participated in the Dubai Shima Classic.
Yo, ain't
From
what's?
Japan,
Oh no,
Lutz
Almond Eye
Onyu,
retired.
the Oaks winner of the same generation as Chrono Genesis, also participated in the competition. In the final straight, Chrono Genesis, along with Love's Only You and Miss Riff, battled fiercely, finishing with all 3 horses side by side. Chrono Genesis in the middle secured the 2nd position, while Miss Riff on the outer side claimed the victory. It was a commendable effort, although close, with Japanese horses securing the 2nd and 3rd positions. After returning home, Chrono Genesis participated in the Takarazuka Kinen, aiming for a consecutive victory for the 2nd year. In this race, Chrono Genesis also became the top favorite. The 2nd favorite was Light Papali. She was in great form with a winning streak of 6 races, having claimed victory in the Grade 1 Osaka Cup in her previous outing.
Alright.
The race started. Unicorn Lion took the lead, with Lipopoli in second position. And Chrono Genesis was positioned towards the front this time, being part of the third place group. The positions didn't change much, and each horse entered the final straight.
Hopefully I wasn't falling
Lipopoli
asleep.
Unicorn Lion.
Yo, my fault. This is not a boring video, my fault. I just had a long day at work. I ain't gonna lie. I had a long day at work. I'm actually like completely beat, but I'm trying to power my way through this. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Chrono Genesis launched the final sprint from the third position. Around the last 150 meters, Chrono Genesis caught up with the two front runners. She then went on to take the lead. Chrono Genesis secured victory with a lead of 2.5 lengths over Unicorn Lion. This marked her third consecutive win in Grand Prix races. It was indeed an impressive achievement. Achieving the feat of 3 consecutive victories in Grand Prix races has only been accomplished in the past by 2 horses, Speed Symboli and Grass Wonder.
Speed Symboli? Grass Wonder? I've heard of Yo, what? That's right. That's the horse that passed away as of recently. But we didn't react to Grass Wonder. But Speed Symboli, I know Symboli Rudolph.
Chrono Genesis is now the third in history, but notably, she becomes the first mare to achieve this milestone.
Hey!
With this result, it was officially decided that she would challenge in the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe later in the year. In the main event on October 4th, there were many strong 3-year-olds like Hurricane Lane and Snowfall. Chrono Genesis was the 5th favorite. After the start, Chrono Genesis was running far away from the pack but gradually closed the gap. She followed closely in the third position from the front. In the final straight, almost everyone clustered together, making a final sprint. However, Chrono Genesis lost momentum midway.
Ah, dang.
She finished in 7th place.
Still, bro, she was able to participate.
That Chrono Genesis would retire following the year-end Arima-Kinen. December 26th. Race day of the Arima-Kinen. Chrono Genesis entered her retirement race as the second favorite. The top favorite was Euphoria. Though still only 3 years old, he had won the Satsuki Show and the Tenno Show autumn this year, and expectations were high for his performance in the following year. Chrono Genesis positioned herself in the middle group as usual. Euphoria was a bit behind her. Chrono Genesis seemed to have a good feel. However, as they approached the decisive point at the third corner, it appeared that Chrono Genesis was surrounded by other horses, narrowing her path. It seemed that her path widened as they entered the final stretch, but at that point, it was already too late.
So she ended up in the...
Unable to close the gap with Euphoria, who had taken the lead, Chrono Genesis finished her retirement race in third place.
Dang, bro.
The historic achievement of winning 4 consecutive Grand Prix races remained unfulfilled. With this, she retired. Her overall record was 17 races with 8 victories, including 4 wins in Grade 1 races.
What? 8 victories?
Chrono Genesis started her broodmare career the following year. For her first breeding season, she was paired with Epiphania, and a colt was safely born. If everything goes well, this foal is expected to debut in 2025.
What?
Expectations are high for its future success.
Wait, what would be her foal?
This foal is and a colt was safely born. If everything goes well, this foal is expected to debut in 2025.
2025?
Expectations are high for its future success.
I want to know who it is. Like, what the name they would give it. Alright.
That's all for this time.
Shout out to Japan's greatest horses, bro. Hey, man. Chrono Genesis. Good record. Good record. Alright, my fault, yo. I feel like... Yo, I gotta stand up, bro. I gotta stand up. I read and watch highlights and stuff like that. But, I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to save some time, so... That's gonna be it for Chrono Genesis. Appreciate y'all for recommending that in the YouTube comments, bro. And my fault if I was dozing off during the video, bro. like I said, and I'll say it again, work has been kicking my behind. I'm not gonna lie. So work has been kicking my behind. So I'm like out of it. But I still was dropping the reactions for y'all. And I'm streaming while I'm reacting to this. So, hey man, if you haven't catch the stream, bro, in the link in the description. I love y'all. And yeah. Chrono's Genesis.